What's going on, guys? Welcome to Cappers Nation Live. Let's let some people log on. Let's do a radio. Am I on the CB radio? How about a microphone check? You guys all able to hear me? Loud and clear, hopefully. Make sure you guys are able to hear me here. What's going on, Ish? Julio, welcome to the program. Jerry, it's starting right now, buddy. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, good job. Hey, Jose, what's going on, buddy? Running a few minutes behind on the schedule today, but it's all good. We got an action-packed show for you guys. Give it a second. Let some people log on. What's going on, Brian, Raphael? Welcome to the show. We're getting ready to get started here. How's the feed? Is it blurry or is it clean? We're running a whole new program that's going to allow us to hopefully do some cool things here this week. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports gambling show. I am your host, Kyle Johnson, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Today is September 6th. Guys, Thursday night football starts tonight, and we have an action-packed show for you guys today. I'm going to get started. I'm not going to make everybody that's here wait for everybody else to jump on board. We did send out a text message to all of our members in our database, as well as an email letting everybody know that we are live, so hopefully people start to come on live here shortly and join us on the YouTube platform to make the interactive experience that much better. Guys, we've got Ronald, welcome to the show. We've got a great show planned for you guys this week. Not only do we have a big announcement with Cappers Nation and when we're going to be airing live, but we have a special guest who will be coming on live via a webcam from he's not in the area of Las Vegas, so he'll be coming on live joining us from a remote location. We've got free plays galore. We've got free plays for you in the NFL, free plays for you in college football, Major League Baseball tonight, our famous Real Talk segment, who to fade in Major League Baseball, who's hot, who's not, and how to make you guys money. So guys, stick around. It's going to be a great program for you guys, and let's just dive right into it. At any time that the feed starts buffering, hit that refresh button. Let it refresh really quickly for you guys. That way you could jump back on board. But if the feed freezes when I bring on the live guest, if for some reason I got to run to the office to film, I will do that. I'd rather do it here in the studio, obviously. But we'll see. We are hooked up into the wired part, so hopefully the stream runs good for you guys today. And we have a great show this week. And as we're waiting for more people to jump on board with the live program, let's jump right into what we're doing today, guys. Over at Cappers Direct, we have a big day planned, all right? Not only did we give you guys a free play in Major League Baseball, and the NFL for tonight's game that starts here in just 10 minutes, we had one system play. It's currently going on right now. We've got two premium plays. John, you absolutely missed nothing. Welcome to the show. We're just getting rolling. One of the premium plays is the Cleveland Indians. When we gave them out, they were minus $1.45. Some guys were getting it at minus $1.50. They are leading 2-0 currently. Losing 3-2 currently. Toronto just scored 3 runs in the fourth. I'm pretty sure Cleveland will battle back. And then we had 3 consensus plays for everybody, for all of our consensus play members. Obviously, we gave out the over 44.5 in the football game. We are going to give you one of those consensus plays for free later tonight between the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then we had the Chicago Cubs plus 105. When we gave them out to all of our clients, they are currently winning 2-0, entering the bottom of the fourth. What's going on, Jose? Welcome to the show. Let's dive right down into business. Let's get this show rolling, guys. First, this show is brought to you by everybody over at cappersdirect.com. Obviously, that is where I am employed 7 days a week, and you guys can find me making their daily videos. And if you're not watching us on the YouTube platform, please do come over to YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, guys. You could participate in the interactive chat. This live stream is broadcasting in many, many locations, so a lot of people are not here on YouTube, but we'd like to get you guys over here. That way you can participate in the live interactive chat. The stream is being filmed live. It's going live here on YouTube on our website, cappersdirect.com, as well as it's being live on Periscope and Twitter right now currently. It's on the Venmo platform, the live stream platform, and quite a few other of our partner websites that have agreed to not only market but air the show live for us to all of their members as well. So we could not be more excited to bring you guys this week's show. And again, if you guys did receive an email or a text message letting you know that we are live, please do post it in the comments. Let us know if you got a text or an email. We would certainly appreciate that. That way, our admin office, the people that are in charge of that, making sure you guys know that we go live, will be notified, or that you guys got notified. Big promotion, guys, that we're running, that we've got running going on right now, guys. We gave away last week. We gave away 7 futures packages, college and NFL futures packages. And what we're going to be doing this week is even bigger than that. All right, we're going to step up our game big time on the free promotions. It was a 100% free promotion. Ernest, welcome to the show. Aaron, welcome to the show, guys. Glad to have you. But what our promotion was last week is all you had to do was text a certain word to a certain number, and you were automatically entered. It picked the winners at random, and those people, all they had to do was call in, and we told them how to activate their account online. That way they were able to get the futures package. But we're going to step up our promotion game this week. We've got an even bigger promotion, and what it is, all right, guys, what it is what we're doing this week. We are giving away, between now and Sunday, we're giving away 20 100% free memberships to our premium plays. We're going to be giving away 3 one-month memberships to our premium plays. We're going to be giving away 10 weekly memberships absolutely free to our premium plays. And we're going to give away 7 3-day packages to our premium plays. The drawing is going to be Sunday night at midnight. So if you do get a late text message, I do apologize Sunday night if you do get a late text message. But if you get one, it means you're a winner. As well, we're going to give away 20 additional futures package to everybody at random. And the way that you guys win that, all right, here's what you got to do. Let's see if they're able to put this up on the screen for me and get this rolling for everybody. What you need to do is you need to text this number, all right, guys? You need to text the word NFL, all right? Just the letters NFL to 855-857-8936. If you participated in the program last week, it is the exact same number, just different keyword. You need to text the word NFL to 855-857-8936. I do believe that number is on the screen right now for you guys. If you guys can see that number, please do let me know that you guys can see it. And that way, sorry, reading a text message of our guest that's coming on board. Give me 1 second, guys. righty. Just text that number, 855-857-893. Text it the word NFL, and you guys are going to be automatically entered into the drawing to win one of 40 packages. Yes, we're giving away 40 packages. That is correct. 40 packages. It's at random. Now, if you're another service, please don't enter our membership, or our contest to win. If you run another service, we are not going to give you a package. Fact. All right? Some restrictions apply, and that applies to all other sports services that are in the industry. We had one gentleman. He's been a very nice guy, commented on a lot of our videos, mostly positive stuff. But he decided to enter, and he won a futures package. I'm sorry, dude, but you run another sports service. You've got a website. You advertise it all over Twitter that you went 11-0, 5-0, whatever and 0. We're not going to give you our futures package, not for free. Our contests are designed for you guys, the future clients, our current clients, all right, our past clients. It's a promotion to give you guys a brand awareness of what we do and to give back to you guys, the viewers, the listeners, and the people that purchase our packages daily, weekly, and monthly. So make sure you guys text NFL to 855-857-8936. That number should be on the screen for you guys. I'm going to put it in the comments right here for you guys to see. 857-8936. All right. Now, real quick, the promotions that we're running at Cappers Direct. Perfect. Thank you, Hootie by Night, for posting that. Make sure you guys text the keyword NFL. If you don't put in NFL in the subject, you will not be entered automatically to win. Promotions that we're running at Cappers Direct right now, guys. If you missed out on our all-time sale, I'm sorry. It was a great promotion that we ran for 2 weeks, and you guys should have jumped on board. Hopefully they'll run it again, but I doubt it. Premium plays are normally $1,000 a week. Premium plays are lights out and bet on fire. They're actually on sale for $3.99 for the week, guys. You can get all of our premium plays for just $3.99 for the week. Or our system plays, which are normally $600 a week. You guys can get them at half off right now for $2.99 a week. And thank you, Brian, and check out the archived version. But our premium plays, our system plays, guys, they're on sale right now. Both of them are lights out. Our system plays are 59-3. Hopefully they close out the winner tonight, and then they'll be 60-3. Also, our futures package, if you don't win it or you want to buy it now, that way you can bet it before some of these teams take off. We do have our wins totals for both college and pro teams on how many the over and under on their total wins for the season. If you guys want to take advantage of that, that is on sale right now. You can get it right on the website. It's $9.99. You get full access every time we update it throughout the season, and we will be updating it frequently. You guys will have access to that as well. Now, the NFL is back. If you guys missed our free play, we did give out the over 44.5. The over 44.5, that game starts here in just a couple minutes between the Atlanta Falcons and the defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. So if you guys haven't bet it, you guys got a minute or two to go bet that. I'm going to run over that game real quick. Our NFL segment is going to be broken down into 2 segments. We're going to get through, break down this game, what we like about it, and then as soon as that is done, we're going to take on a live guest. We do have a live guest who's going to be coming on with us. He is actually online right now waiting to join. So we're going to run through this, and then we're going to bring him on and talk to him about what he likes and what he's been up to. And I believe, from what I heard, he's got a couple free plays for you guys today, too, for the weekend. But the NFL is back, guys. It's finally here. It's week 1. It starts today with the defending Super Bowl champs hosting the Atlanta Falcons in a divisional championship rematch between the Falcons and the Eagles. Guys, wow, we've waited 7 months for the NFL to return, and boy, am I excited. We made a ton of money betting the NFL last year, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Oh, Aaron, perfect. I'm glad it's delayed probably 35 minutes for the raising of their banners and all of that stuff. So everybody, now you have 35 minutes to go bet that game if it's still on the board for your guys' books. But guys, we've waited 7 months, and I'm totally excited. We made a ton of money betting the NFL last year. All of our clients did. And you know what? I can't wait to share that with you guys, especially on the live broadcast. We gave out a free winner. Hopefully it's a winner. A free play in last night's video on the over 44.5. So if you haven't already bet that, that's what our free play in the football game was today. Let's see here. A little bit of the betting action. Some interesting facts about today's game. All right. That's going to be on NBC, guys. Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The line opened up. It's been a crazy line movement. When the line opened up, the Eagles opened up at minus 4, a 4-point favorite. And at closing, as of just a little bit ago, Atlanta was favored by a point in most casinos here in Las Vegas. Now, I've heard all the way from Atlantic City, the Eagles were still favored by 1. And the line has just been all over the place, especially at the South Point Casino, the MGM, and the Aria. It has been bouncing around all day long, and there is a absolute scary amount of money on the Atlanta Falcons tonight. All right, guys. William Hill still has the game at a pick'em everywhere. Same thing with the station's casinos. However, the Westgate, MGM Properties, the Wynn, CG Technologies, everybody else has the game. Has Atlanta favored by 1? What a line movement that we've seen in the last day and a half. The total on this game opened up when the line came out a few months ago at 47 points. The total is now down to 44 points. It's actually 43.5 at the station casinos. As I'm talking to you, I do have access to live line movements, and opened up, or it's at 43.5, guys. Line has been dropping on that game. Interesting facts on this game as far as betting goes. This was as of last night. This was not including today's action, but as of last night at about 3 o'clock in the morning at William Hill, 78% of all bettors were taking Atlanta plus the 1. All right. This was last night when Atlanta was getting 1. 78% of the bettors were all on Atlanta. All right. As well as on the money line, 76% had Atlanta on the money line. And then on the over and under, 74% were on the over. This was last night or early this morning at 3 a.m. And those numbers have jumped into the high 80s right now. With all the money coming in, the money is absolutely pouring in on the Falcons. And guys, it's going to be a very interesting game today. A couple little top team trends going on. The Eagles are 17-6 dating back the last 5 years against the spread with more than 6 days rest. The Atlanta Falcons are 2-8 in their last 10 games against opponents with more than 6 days rest. And Atlanta is also 5-0 on the under on the road on grass field. So when Atlanta plays on the road and on a grass field, 5-0 to the under. Does that happen tonight? Personally, I don't think so. All right. Recent head-to-head matchups between the two, dating back last year, Philadelphia edging them out in the playoffs, 15-10. Line on that game was the Eagles were getting 2.5, and with a total of 40.5 last year. The home dog won, and the game went under. The last three times these teams met, last year, 2016 and 2015, all three have gone under, as well as the two previous times before that, they both went over. But 2011 and 2012, I would like to say, are probably irrelevant. The Eagles, they start the year as the defending Super Bowl champs with a huge rematch to start the year against the team they knocked out, the Atlanta Falcons. When the line first came out, like I said, guys, the Eagles were laying 4 points everywhere. Now they're getting 1. All right. Nick Foles is the starting quarterback over Carson Wentz, if you were not aware of that. Finding success in the red zone with Julio Jones is going to be absolutely monumental for Matt Ryan and the Falcons. I mean, let's be honest. It's the reason why they lost the NFC Championship game last year. The Eagles do have a better team on paper, and they should be able to compete with Atlanta. Absolutely, hands down. But are they able to win and cover the spread? We gave out the over, like I said, as a free play. You got to remember, guys, Thursday night's games and the history behind Thursday night, these games are crazy. Weird shit happens, excuse my language, on Thursday night football. Atlanta's going to be coming out of the gate hot. They've got revenge on their mind. They're motivated to avenge what happened last year. Julio Jones not being able to bring the ball in and score a touchdown late in the game. And you got to remember, championship slumps. How many teams come out of the gate, with the exception of the Patriots, in a funk right off the bat? Yes, Super Bowl MVP. The MVP is back starting for him. Nick Foles over Carson Wentz, who's injured. We saw it last year, or we saw it this year, earlier in the year with the Chicago Cubs. Sorry, last year with the Chicago Cubs. It's possible. It happens. I do not believe the Eagles are going to be as cracked up as people are leading them to be this year. And, it's, it is what it is with those two teams. And I'm looking forward to, hopefully I can catch. I actually like that the game's delayed a few minutes. I can actually catch, hopefully, the last part of the game. Looking ahead for both teams, the Falcons, what a schedule, huh? They got the Eagles this week, defending Super Bowl champs. Then next week, they're at home against the Panthers. Then they're at home the following week against the Saints. Then they got the Bengals. Then they head to Pittsburgh. Then they got the Bucks at home, and then Eli Manning and the Giants at home the week before Halloween for the first half of their schedule. On the other side, Philadelphia, they're at home against Atlanta, who is absolutely looking to take their heads off today. After this week, next week, Philadelphia heads to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks. Then they've got Andrew Luck and the Colts. And then they head to Tennessee. Then they got the Vikings in week 5. Then they got Eli Manning and the Giants. I think I said Eli Manning and the Jets a few minutes ago. Eli Manning and the Giants in week 6. Not much easy there for either team the first 6 weeks out of the gate. Remember, guys, text the word NFL to 855-857-8936. Enter to win one of 40 packages that we're going to be giving away at random. We're going to be giving away 20 free memberships. Reading comments. 20 free memberships to our premium plays. The way that's going to break down is we're going to randomly select 3 winners to receive 1-month memberships to our premium plays. Guys, you got to remember, those are $3,000 a month packages. We're going to select 10 winners to win 1-week memberships to our premium plays. Those are $1,000 a week memberships we're giving away, as well as 7 3-day memberships that we're going to be giving away that are valued at $500 for every 3 days. And then on top of that, we're going to also select 20 other individuals at random for NFL and college football futures packages. All right, guys. It's, so make sure you guys text and join in on that program. It's going to be a great deal, guys. And, I'm excited to be able to give you guys all these goodies for free. And, but now I believe it's time to bring on our guest, who is absolutely patiently waiting for me to click over and bring him live on. And let's see if we can figure that out. And hopefully, guys, we're able to figure that out. And I'm not sure which slot I have to put my headphones in so I can hear him. But I'm going to figure that out as we get rolling. But I would like to welcome to the show Joe of Jayville Sports. You are live. Welcome to the show, buddy. I can't hear you yet, but hopefully very shortly I can. If I can, I guess I got to plug in.
Can you hear me now?
Welcome to the show, Joe. Are you able to hear me, buddy?
Thank you. Can you hear me? I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Is anybody able to hear Joe?
Hello? Anybody?
Hey, Bill, everybody, can you guys hear Jayville on?
Hello?
All right, give us a second while we figure this out. All right, you guys can hear him, but I can't. Great. All right, let's see if we can change that.
Hello? Is it maybe on my end somewhere? Sound options.
Hey, Jayville, say something right now, buddy.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
All right, this is crazy. Give me 1 second. Let me try this a different way so I can hear him. I do apologize. This is our first time bringing someone on live. You guys can hear him. Obviously, I can't, though. That's the crazy thing. Which we actually did 3 tests of this yesterday, and it was loud and clear perfectly. And, of course, game day, we can't get it rolling. Which we actually did 3 tests of this yesterday. All right, Jayville, try now. Let's see if we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
No?
It's going to be a little delayed.
Yes, no? Yeah. A little delayed, but we're good to go.
All right. Now, can you guys both hear us? All right. Hopefully it's working. I get double echo, but I can manage on that on my part. Welcome to the show, Joe of Jayville Sports. I'd like to welcome you to the show. Thanks for coming on. Many of you know Jayville from his videos on YouTube and Twitter. As Bill just pointed out, it's crazy that I brought him on. He's very well respected by a lot of our clients and myself, and we could not be happier to bring on Joe. Welcome to the show, Joe. How you been?
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words and I appreciate you having me on the show. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing absolutely fantastic here in Las Vegas. Now, I heard you had a huge college football weekend last weekend for all of your paid clients. I heard you had a huge winner last Thursday with the under of 57 on Wake Forest and Tulane game. As you know, we love that game as well. But I heard you also had a huge 3-team parlay that paid plus $1.35 last Thursday. You also hit another 3-team 7-point teaser on Friday, and you had a huge Saturday as well. How'd your weekend go last weekend, Joe?
Yeah, that's right. We had a pretty good weekend. I know first week of college football, first couple of weeks really, it's kind of a filling out period. So it's really not typical to have huge, first couple of weekends in college football. But no, we actually did pretty well. We had four out of six on our straight bets. I gave out some teaser bets. I love doing the teasers and parlays. For those of you that follow me, we hit 2-1 with the teasers. So pretty much about 67% to start off the season. So yeah, it was a great weekend. A lot of just great seeing college football back again.
Absolutely, we're happy to have college football back, and even happier to have the NFL tonight. Now, let me ask you a question. What's your take on
Absolutely.
the Week One upset between Washington losing to Auburn? You living on the West Coast, and I'm not sure if you're a Pac-12 fan or not. I know I am. I'm a huge USC Trojans fan. Um, how do you think that affects Washington's chances of any playoff hopes? Do you think a one-loss team from the Pac-12 can get in this year?
Yeah, good question. First of all, I like to give props to both teams for even scheduling this game. I love to see great teams playing each other early on and not avoiding each other like a lot of the bigger name schools like to do. But yeah, I do live on the West Coast. I'm an Arizona State fan, so I always root for the Pac-12 in situations like this. I was hoping Washington would pull out the victory. It didn't happen. They definitely had their chances, some questionable play calling, I think you can say. But either way, it was a close game, a good game that could have gone either way. As far as their chances go moving forward, I think Washington is okay, just for the fact that I think they're head and shoulders above the rest in the Pac-12. If they skate through, they do have some big games coming up. Starting in about 9 days after this week, they go on the road to Utah. Utah is always tough at home. Later on, they are on the road at Oregon. You never know what you're going to get with Oregon. Then they have Stanford at home, but it's a pretty easy schedule for Washington, and I think they're just overall the best team in the Pac-12. So if they can skate through and win the Pac-12, go undefeated, I don't think there's any question that they get into the college playoffs. If for some reason they slip up in the schedule, then I think that's where the question comes in. They're definitely going to need a lot of help from some other teams. I didn't think the Big 12 would get a team in this year, but Oklahoma early on, it was against FAU, but they look really, really good. So who knows what happens there and around the other big conferences. But I do still think Washington has a chance. I mean, only losing one and a neutral site game to a very good Auburn SEC team, I think they're still okay, but they can't have their margin for error now is.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree right there with you. Now, who's on your radar in college football this year to make the playoffs?
Um, Washington was one of my picks early on. There was a lot of controversy, as we all know, with Ohio State and what's going on there. They were my pick to come out of the Big Ten and make it to the playoffs. Michigan was a lot of people's picks, as we can see from there. They just cannot win the big games. Michigan State is shaky early on. Wisconsin, I really like as well. But overall, I think the Big Ten gets a team in, and my pick is going to be Ohio State to go along with Washington. Of course, you got to throw Alabama in there. I don't see anybody in the SEC knocking them off this year. And then I'm still going to go with Clemson. Clemson, that's another team we definitely have to watch. I thought Florida State would give them a challenge this year, even with the new coach. They still have a stacked team, but they did not look good this first week. So that's my four teams right now. And to start the season, Washington, Ohio State, Alabama, and Clemson. Not a lot of chalk there.
Good
Nothing
deal.
too exciting.
You've got the same opinion with a lot of the experts and us as well. Washington, coming from the Pac-12, is probably our biggest hope as far as quality of schedule goes for getting a team from the Pac-12 in. And if, like you said, if they slip up again,
Right.
either down the road or in the Pac-12 championship game, then they'll be done as well, just like last year. Now that the NFL is starting tonight, with Atlanta
Yep.
heading to Philadelphia, what's your take on that game?
Well, you can see from the shirt I'm wearing, I'm definitely going for the Falcons in this game. I did give it out as a play, kind of a risky play. The line opened, I think at +4 for Philly. That was the time to jump on it because I think whoever wins this game, it'll be by about a field goal. So definitely a lot of value with the points there. Now at about a pick 'em or -1 for the Phillies. Not a ton of value there, but I still have confidence in the Falcons. I just didn't like the way Nick Foles played. You can't put a lot of stock in the preseason, but I really just don't like Nick Foles at all. I think what he did last year was absolutely amazing, and he just played way above what I think he could play at. And great defense and defensive line, offensive line. Philly is just, they have a great team around him. But like I said, this year, I don't think he'll put up the same performance. So I think they really need Carson Wentz to get back if they have any hopes of getting back to the playoffs and repeating. But as far as this game goes, I really like the Falcons. Year 2 for Sarkisian, kind of a rough start. The offense for Atlanta last year was very, very up and down with the pieces that they have. No excuses the way that they performed in a lot of the games, but I think they do take a step forward starting today. I know the weather was kind of an issue as well today, just kind of another risk for Atlanta, who likes to, they're a turf team, so bad weather definitely hurts them as well. So, but I do like Atlanta in this game. I like them this year. It's going to be a tough division with the Saints and Panthers, one of the best divisions in football, but it's definitely a great game to start off the NFL, definitely on this Thursday night.
Absolutely. Historically, Thursday games are generally pretty crazy games and wild outcomes, and I look forward to watching this one, and hopefully at the end of the show I can catch the last little bit, last quarter, hopefully. Moving into NFL Sunday, obviously, definitely. For most people probably know, but if you weren't aware, Le'Veon Bell is not going to be playing in the game against Cleveland. He's holding out. There's rumors that he's going to be holding out until Week 11. That way, Pittsburgh has a bye in Week 12. He needs to get 6 games in to be considered a full season for him. And his agent came on ESPN and a couple other shows today and said that he's going to hold out and he's going to preserve his long-term financial value as a player, being that he took over 400 snaps again last year. What do you think the impact on that game between Pittsburgh and Cleveland? I know Pittsburgh is favored by 4 points. And when it was announced, I mean, the odds makers and everybody pretty much knew he wasn't going to be showing up on Week 1. But the odds didn't change at all. It's still at -4. The sharp bettors are all on Cleveland. They've been on Cleveland for 2 years in a row. And I don't think the sharps jump off of Cleveland anytime. What type of impact do you think Le'Veon Bell not playing is going to have this week?
Yeah, I might be on the not on the popular side of things, but I actually don't think it's going to be a big impact at all. I actually think it helps Pittsburgh that he doesn't play in this game. So if you remember last year, he did the exact same thing, and I think he came back on the Wednesday and played that Sunday, and he did not look good at all. The type of runner that he is, he's such a patient runner, not like other running backs, just get the ball and go. So he needs to have practice time with this offensive line to gel together. I actually heard kind of a rumor that he might show up Saturday just so he can get this game check this week and maybe play next week. But I know, like you said, his agent is saying otherwise. So we'll definitely see on that. But if you remember, there were a lot of games. D'Angelo Williams stepped in for Bell, and he had some monster games. I do think this offensive line, a couple of them have been outspoken these past couple of days, really upset with Bell, who might have told him he would be here by now, and I guess obviously he's not. So they're kind of pissed off. I think the offensive line is really going to be motivated in this game to make Connor look good. I think he's a pretty good back himself. So I actually don't think Bell not being here is going to hurt the running game for Pittsburgh at all. I know a lot of money is, like you said, the sharp money is on Cleveland. It always is. And Cleveland does play Pittsburgh tough, especially at home. But the line, I think, it started out at 7, so there was already some early movement to buy down. The line went all the way down to 4, I think 4.5 now. So I don't think with the news that Bell's not going to play, it really going to affect the line that much because it already moved so much already. It can't go any lower. So I think, 4 is pretty good. I don't really have this isn't going to be one of the games I'm going to be staying away from, but as far as Bell not being there, I really don't think it's going to have a huge effect on Pittsburgh. So like I said, I think the line could be motivated to have a good day running the football.
Awesome. I appreciate your take. I'm sure the viewers and listeners do as well. I do agree with you that I don't think in week 1 or week 2 or whenever he decides to come back. I learned my lesson last year. I had him on my fantasy team, and my teams got hammered early on because he wasn't getting any points for us, and I see the same thing happening for whatever first week that he comes back. Anything that you love coming up this Sunday that you want to tell anybody about?
Yep. Honestly, I love it all. The first weekend of the NFL, I mean, you just have to love it all. There's so many questions that finally start to get answered. One of the big questions, Andrew Luck finally coming back. How's he going to look? You have the Jets on Monday Night Football. They're starting a rookie quarterback, the youngest quarterback in the history to start a game. So how's he going to do on the big stage Monday night? The Texans at the Patriots, that's a really good game, one I'm really interested in watching. Deshaun Watson, before he got hurt last year, I mean, he looked absolutely amazing. I mean, he was great in college, but I didn't think he would be that great as he was last year before he got hurt. So how's he going to come back after that tough injury? So pretty much everything. There's so many different games I'm going to be watching this year, and that's kind of how I've been successful in my bets over the years. Is I really do watch as many games as I can. It's tough in college football and college basketball because there's so many games out there. But I base a lot of my picks with my own eye test. A lot of the bets that I make are because I've watched these teams play and I know how they react in different situations. Because I mean, there's a lot of different data out there, a lot of different numbers, and numbers can definitely guide you and help you out. But you have to watch these teams play. So I'm just excited to watch all these teams play. It's going to be a great weekend in the NFL and college football. A lot of good games out there this weekend for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild here in Vegas. I know it's supposed to be wild on the East Coast in Atlantic City, and some of those the East Coast sports books that are opening up. A lot of games on the board, a lot of things for people to be betting, and there's a ton of money being bet here in Vegas to start the year. Now, for everybody that doesn't know Jayville, he's on YouTube, he's on Twitter, he's all over the place with his free plays and his videos. But Jayville, why don't you tell everybody where they can find out, where they can find you in your premium plays, and tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I started out on YouTube. I'm still pretty brand new onto the scene. Started out on YouTube, still doing daily YouTube videos every single day. So that's primarily where you can find me. Just type in Jayville Sports in the search box, and you'll definitely find one of my many videos on there. But yeah, if you're interested in daily free picks, that's where you'll see them. And then from there, if you're interested in more than just my daily plays, I created a Patreon page. It's a great website. For those of you that don't know about Patreon, patreon.com. It's a website for various amounts of creators doing many different great things. So it's a great website. Check it out. There's a lot of different people doing many different great things on there. So I created a page on there because I get asked all the time, can I have your other plays? I know you do more than just your free plays. How can I get more? So instead of having so many different people and text messaging here, emailing here, calling there, I just put all my plays in one place, which is on the Patreon page. So if you go to patreon.com, there's a search box as well. Just type in Jayville Sports, or you can just go to patreon.com/Jayville Sports. And that's where you'll find all my plays. I post every morning before any game start. I do NFL, college football, MLB, and then we have WNBA. We had a killer season in the WNBA. Unfortunately, it's about to end. Finals are coming up for those of you that care about that. So very exciting. Should be a good finals. But I pretty much do every sport. except soccer is really big around the world. That's the one sport I don't do. I need to get into that because it's so huge. But I pretty much do every single other major sport. So if you're interested in those plays, definitely check out my Patreon page because, like I said, I post plays every single day. We're above 60% in the MLB. We're above close to 70% already in college football, off to a great start. So almost 70% in the WNBA. So we're doing some great things on there. Like I said, I'm brand new onto the scene. So I like Patreon because it's subscription based. So you can try me out for a month. And if you're not satisfied, I bet you will be. But if you're not, it's very easy to cancel. You can just stop after 1 month if you're not winning. And that's what it's all about. If you're not winning, I don't want you to pay me because I'm doing this for you guys. I want you guys to win money. That's why I'm here. And that's what it's all about. So check out my Patreon page. That's where my big plays will be. And yeah, that's that.
I appreciate it. Now I heard a rumor that you had something free for all the viewers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to give out a couple plays that I really love this weekend. I'm going to give out one in college football and one in the NFL. So starting with college football, we have actually a really big game. We talked about the Pac-12. We have a showdown already between Stanford and USC. Stanford at home, and Stanford historically plays USC. You're probably not going to like this pick being a USC fan, but Stanford plays USC very, very tough every year. I think this is another year where Stanford gets them -6. USC, I don't like their new quarterback starting this game on the road. It's a huge game. I think the pressure, might be a little bit too much. I love Stanford's quarterback. He had a really big game last week against a tough San Diego State defense. Bryce Love was shut down almost completely. So I love for him to bounce back here and have a monster game. So the line has moved up a little bit. It was at -4 before. So it looks like a lot of money is pouring in on Stanford, but I still like it at 6. I think they squeak by 7 to 10 points and cover the spread. So that's one of the college games that I love this weekend. And moving over to the NFL, I mentioned this earlier, Andrew Luck at home. How's he going to be to start the year? He needs to prove to me that he can throw the ball down the field. One of the issues early on with Andrew Luck is they just didn't build a good team around him. And I think it's the same this year. Who's he going to throw to besides T.Y. Hilton? He has a decent tight end. The running game is garbage. So I just don't like the Colts at all. They're going to have to prove to me that they're a decent team before I back them. I'm actually going to take Cincinnati if they're healthy. Tyler Eifert's back. They got A.J. Green on the outside. We'll see what Andy Dalton can do. I'm not a huge fan of his, but he has his good moments. I think this is a good spot for Cincinnati at +3. I look at a lot of underdogs early in the NFL season. I think that's the best time to get them. Everybody thinks they're good right now, so there's going to be a lot of close games, a lot of underdogs winning, and I think Cincinnati is going to be one of them. I do see some books have it at +2.5. I'd buy it back up to +3 just to be on the safe side. 3 is that nice number. So those are two plays that I'm definitely putting my own money on. Stanford -6 and the Bengals +3. So I want to give that out to you guys as well.
Awesome. You heard it, guys. Jayville giving you guys free plays, college football on Stanford minus the points. I tend to agree with him. I may not like it just because I'm a huge USC fan, but I believe he's on the correct side there, absolutely. And then the Bengals +3 for your free plays from Jayville Sports. Jayville, I appreciate you coming on with us and taking 25 minutes of your time to talk to our viewers and collaborate with our viewers and come on board. And I look forward, and hopefully we can have you on a little more often. And it's been a work in progress. We've been actually working to get Jayville on for over a month now, and our schedules haven't lined up right. And but we're glad to have you, and hopefully we can have you on board. We're going to be doing a lot more live programs. Obviously, our Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time every single week. But we'll also be live Saturday and Sundays breaking down college football and the NFL. And hopefully we can have you on board for one of those shows in the future. And thank you. Thanks for coming on, and we look forward to having you again, bud.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. And yeah, I definitely accept that invitation. I definitely would want to be on a lot more often. You're doing great things. Keep up the good work. And yeah, I'll definitely be on anytime. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, and thanks for coming on. And we'll talk to you soon, and we'll get you on board again. All right, guys. Thanks to Joe over at Jayville Sports for coming on live with us and breaking down the game. What he thinks tonight. What he thinks about Le'Veon Bell missing Week 1, and what that future holds for Pittsburgh, as well as a couple free plays. If somebody wants to put those in the comments for what his free plays were, please do. They were Stanford minus the points and the Bengals plus the points. And we do appreciate him coming on and helping everybody out, or helping you guys out with some free plays and some information. And we will make sure we get Joe back very shortly. And again, thanks to you guys. Check him out. Thanks to Joe. Check him out on Twitter, Jayville Sports 08, as well as on YouTube. All you got to do is go into YouTube and Google Jayville Sports. And then as well as on his Patreon page. I posted that in the link, patreon.com /Jayville Sports. Now, let's jump right in. We do have a big program to go on today. We're already about an hour in, and we have a lot to talk about. Speaking of Twitter, if you guys aren't following Cappers Direct on Twitter, please do. You can follow Cappers Direct on Twitter. At their Twitter handle is @CappersDirectLV. A lot of great things, guys, that we post on Twitter, including a lot of free plays, all of our videos. This is being streamed on Twitter as well, but we're going to start doing some more stuff on Twitter. And you can also find me on Twitter. They made me get on Twitter, and I'm not a twit. I'm not a big Twitter person, but you can now find me on Twitter. It's @CapNationKyle. As of earlier, I've sent out a few tweets. I don't have any followers. It's a brand new account, so if you guys want to go follow me on Twitter, it would be greatly appreciated. I won't be so embarrassed. I think they're getting ready to put something on the screen, and where'd they go? All right. If you go to my Twitter, you'll see I'm going to post all kinds of cool stuff. A lot of did you knows on every single day. This day in 1927, the Boston Red Sox beat the Yankees 12-11 at Fenway Park in I think it says 18 innings. I don't remember what I posted. I can't read that on the screen, but I'm not sure what they're posting on the screen for you guys, so I have no clue. But yeah, go follow me on Twitter @CapNationKyle. I'll start posting a lot of personal things on there. I'll start going live on there as well, and doing some cool things on Twitter. All right, guys, you can take my tweets off of the screen now, and everybody can go follow me. Nobody wants to follow me anyways. But I am on Twitter, guys, and so is the company. And if you're not following us, you are missing out. All right. With that being said, let's move on to in the program. We have Canadian Football League. All right, guys. The CFL Friday and Saturday. If you're not betting the CFL, you are still missing out. All right, guys. Canadian Football League Friday 1 game, Saturday 3 games. Friday we've got 6-4 Ottawa facing off against the 3-6 BC Lions. Line of that game's got the BC Lions favored by 1.5, as well as a total over and under 51.5. Well, Daniel, I'm gonna be a tweetaholic, so you better go follow me on Twitter. All right, I think I got 3 followers or 2 followers, and one's the company. Saturday, guys, 3 Canadian Football League games. The 5-5 Hamilton facing off against the 3-7 team of Toronto. Line on that game's got Hamilton favored by 5 with a total of 53. 53 seems to be a common number in the Canadian Football League. JC Slater, I will answer that question here in just a second. 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Saskatchewan, 6-4, facing off against 5-6 Winnipeg. Line on that game's got Winnipeg favored by 4 with a total over and under 53.5. Then 7 p.m. Eastern Time, game number 3 of that day. 9-1 Calgary facing off against a 6-5 team from Edmonton. Line on that game's got Calgary favored by 3 with an over and under 53 points. JC Slater, no. To the best of my knowledge, no. Jayville is not BetterX. He is not the mystery bettor that's in Vegas laying huge amounts of money. And speaking of BetterX, we're going to be talking about him soon. The mystery duffel bag bettor is on the move again, and he has $110,000 on 2 parlays. And I'm going to tell you what those parlays are coming right up. This is confirmed information from Mr. Bogdanovich of William Hill, the Director of Trading. But first, I've got a Canadian Football League free play for you guys for Saturday. This coming Saturday, guys. Got a great free play for you guys on the 8th. Saturday, let's see here. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, the Hamilton and Toronto game. All right. Line on that game's got Hamilton favored by 5 with a total over and under 53. Really quickly, because I need to get moving on in this program, because we haven't talked about Major League Baseball, the NFL, college football, and we've already been rolling for an hour. Your free play in Canadian football for Saturday. Take Hamilton minus the 5, lay the 5 points, hammer it and pound it, and make yourself some easy money. All right, guys? If somebody wants to post Hamilton minus 5 for a free Canadian Football League play in the comments, it would be greatly appreciated. Quick update on the scores. Let's see here. The NFL game has not started. We've got Major League Baseball going on. The Cubs are now losing 4-3, top of the 6th. The Nationals, in national fashion, came back with 3 runs in the 4th, and then they just scored again in the 5th. What's going on, Russ? Welcome to the show. Let's see how our Cleveland Indians are doing. They came back as I expected. It is top of the 7th with 2 outs. Cleveland leads. Toronto 6-4. Hopefully they hang strong. Cleveland is one of our big premium plays of the day, and I know a lot of our clients would love to see the first premium play of the day win. We do have a premium play going on in the football game, but I can't give you guys that just yet. All right, now this message is geared towards most of everybody that watches this archived. And we do have quite a few live viewers, so I guess it pertains to the live viewers now that our live count is getting up there. If you're looking to get your company notice, it doesn't matter if it's another sports service, maybe you're an offshore book, marijuana company, alcohol company, local carpet cleaning company here in Las Vegas, it doesn't matter. Whatever it may be, if you want to get major exposure, send us an email to cd@cappersdirect.com. We've got big advertising opportunities available. We don't just limit ourselves to just one sports service. If you're a handicapper, you own a sports service, and you want to get featured, you want to come on the show, just do us a favor. Just send us an email, cd@cappersdirect.com. If you got my cell phone number, just reach out to me, and we'll make sure we do what we can to get you on board. We're not going to bring everybody on board. One thing I promise to you guys, anybody that we bring on board, we're going to make sure that, 1, they're legitimate, 2, they're doing the right thing by you guys. We do have some more big guests coming on in the program, possibly this weekend, if not on Thursday's show. Some very, very, very huge name sports bettors. I'm not going to name the name yet, but one of them had a TV show for many, 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 many years. And no, it's not Steve Stevens at VIP Sports. If you're watching this program on another platform other than YouTube, please come join us over on YouTube, guys. YouTube.com /Cappers Direct. Come to our or in the search box, just type in Cappers Direct or Cappers Nation Live. It will take you right to the show. If you guys come watch this on YouTube, all right, you can participate in the live chat, live interactive chat. Post your questions. your comments, your concerns. I'll be more than happy to answer them. We're airing this live. It's being aired live in many, many, many locations. For starters, right here in our YouTube, or on our YouTube channel. It's on our website, cappersdirect.com. It's being aired live on Periscope, Twitter. We're not on Facebook, so it's not being aired live there. But you can also find it live on Livestream, Venmo, as well as, I think it's like 16 other websites throughout the nation that are cross-promoting our show. So if you're watching this, if you're one of the people that are viewing it, as of right now, it says there's 2,826 viewers. That number keeps fluctuating. If you're one of the viewers, please do come over and watch it on YouTube. A lot of great things. All right, guys, please do come over and watch it on YouTube. That way you can participate in the interactive chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that thumbs up button. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know you appreciate the hard work that we're doing. Also, if you appreciate the free plays that Jayville just brought you guys live here on Cappers Nation, give us a thumbs up as well. Leave a comment. Post us a comment. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can do that while you're watching the video. If you just hover over our logo in the bottom right-hand corner, Cappers Direct logo, you just got to click on it. It'll pop up a small little box. Hit that subscribe button, and you'll be good to go. All right, Major League Baseball. This is the condensed, super fast version of Major League Baseball. Who's hot, who's not, who should you be betting, who should you not be betting, and our favorite, who you should be fading. All right, now where's our number one viewer, Nathan? He's not, I haven't seen him post yet this week or on the live show, and he's normally the one asking, where's the fade list? Where's the fade list? If you tuned into last week's show and you bet every one of our fade lists, you lost a little bit of money. It's our first week out of 7 weeks where we gave out our fade list that had a losing week. Yes, they had a losing week. If you faded everybody that we, all the teams that we said, you'd have a record of 24-22. You got to take out the 3 games where Kansas City was playing the Baltimore Orioles because they were both on our fade list. So obviously you can't fade them both. But last week, our fade list, they went 24-22, which means we went 22-24. Overall, in the last 5 weeks, our fade list. If you're betting our fade list, you've made a shit ton of money. Excuse my language. Again, our fade list is 123-73 in the last 5 weeks. Last week, we told you to fade the Orioles, the Royals, the Rays, the Padres, the Tigers, the Marlins, the Pirates, the Mariners, only against Oakland, and the New York Mets. The New York Mets burned us, winning 4 games and only losing 2. The Mariners went 2-2. The Pirates burned us, going 4-3. The Marlins went 3-3. The Tigers went 3-3. The Padres made us a little bit of money, going 2-3. The Rays went 4-2. The Royals went 1-2, making us a little money, and Baltimore went 1-2, making us a little money. Breaking down the Major League Baseball playoff race, the AL East, Boston's in first with a 97-44 record. The Yankees sit 9.5 games back, but in a wild card spot. In the AL Central, Cleveland's in first with a 79-60 record, 19 games above 500. Minnesota in the AL Central sits 16 games back. In the AL West, the Houston Astros are still in first with an 87-53 record, with the Oakland A's hot on their trail, 3.5 games back. Now, in the AL playoff, the wild card race, as far as the playoffs, Boston, Houston, and Cleveland are in if the season was to end right now. All right. In the wild card spot with a 3.5 game lead is the Yankees, followed up by the Oakland A's. And then 5.5 games back behind Oakland is the Seattle Mariners, who are slumping. And then 8 games back is the Tampa Bay Rays, looking to make a last-minute late-season push. Now, going into the National League, which, man, there's a lot of races, especially in the NL West. Holy crap, is there some movement going on in the NL West. Speaking of the National League, let's start with the NL East. The Atlanta Braves are in first, 76-63 record. The Phillies sit 3 games back. The Nationals are 7.5 games back. Just reading a comment. Jay, we just had Jayville on the show earlier. If you missed him, just go and watch the archive version. But we just had Jayville on the show for about 30 minutes. He was on about 15 minutes ago. The NL Central, the Chicago Cubs are in first with a record of 82-57. Milwaukee Brewers sit 4 games back. The St. Louis Cardinals, who have cooled off just a bit, sit 4.5 games back as well. Now, in the NL West, there's a huge shakeup. Last week when we announced this, the Arizona Diamondbacks were sitting atop first place, entering into a divisional rivalry against the Dodgers. They were starting a 4-game series against the Dodgers. Now, the Colorado Rockies sit atop the NL West by them lonesome in first place with a 77-62 record. The LA Dodgers sit 1.5 games back, and the Arizona Diamondbacks are now in third place in the NL West, 2 games back from the Rockies, and the San Francisco Giants sitting 10 games back, who happened to be trading players last week and trying to get something, knowing that they're not going to be making the playoffs. The National League playoff race, if the season was to end right now before today's games, the Chicago Cubs, the Colorado Rockies, and my Atlanta Braves are all in today. Filling the wild card spots would be the Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals. Sitting 2 games back would be the LA Dodgers. 2.5 games back, the Arizona Diamondbacks. 4.5 games back, the Phillies. 9 games back, the Nationals. What a race it's going to be in the National League division, guys. I look forward to seeing the shakeups, especially in the NL West, who's battling for that last wild card spot, as well as the NL West spot to get in. Brian, yes, Jayville does sell picks. I posted the link, excuse me, to where you can buy them. But you can find him at patreon.com/Jayville Sports. That's spelled patreon.com/Jayville Sports. Arizona, out of all the teams in the National League, have the toughest schedule to get into the playoffs now. They were sitting atop first place. They were red hot. And now they are petering off, and they are cooling down, and they are not winning when they need to. They have an absolute tough schedule coming up. They've got a series starting today against the NL East leading Atlanta Braves. After that, they head to Colorado. Then they head to face the Houston Astros. Then they come home to face the division-leading Chicago Cubs. Then they got the Rockies again at home. Then they've got the Dodgers at home. And then they head on the road to finish the year against the spoiling San Diego Padres. Now, the Diamondbacks have had the Padres number this year, except in their last series where the Padres were able to take a couple of those games. Getting on to the teams that we like to fade. We are going to run through this really quickly so that way we can jump into one of my favorites, college football. Because we've got a college football free play for you guys on Saturday. If you're sticking around, we've got free plays in college football, the NFL, so stick around, guys. All right? The teams we like to fade this next week, in no particular order. The Baltimore Orioles, still. The Kansas City Royals, still. Now, onto the list. The Toronto Blue Jays, the San Diego Padres, the Detroit Tigers, the Miami Marlins, the New York Mets, the White Sox, and the Texas Rangers. I'm going to type that into the list. If I can get this computer to work. Fade list. I'm going to type this real quick for you guys. That way you guys have it on there. While I'm typing this, who else do you guys want to see come on the program that you guys know that I will allow on the program? So, kind of a loaded question. Who do you guys want to see on the program? I will do my best to get them on the program. All right, there's our fade list posted in the comments for everybody that missed it. I do have a free play for you guys for tonight, Major League Baseball, between the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks. All right, guys, 9:40 Eastern Time, 6:40 here in Las Vegas. It is currently 6:16 here in Vegas. And Cleveland's still winning and hanging on. However, Toronto's got runners on first and second with one out, bottom of the seventh. But back to your free play today, guys. Free play between the Braves and the Diamondbacks. Line on that game is high juice. Greinke on the mound for Arizona. Sanchez on the mound for Atlanta. Line on that game's got Arizona favored minus $1.70. Over and under 8 runs. Sanchez for Atlanta, he's 6-5 with a 2.98 ERA. Greinke on the mound, 13-9 on the year with a 2.97 ERA. School J, you just missed Jayville. If you're just tuning in, you missed Jayville. He was on the program at 5:30. From 5:30 to 6 o'clock, we had Jayville, and he even gave away 2 free plays. If you missed Jayville in this program, just watch the archived version, and you can see what Jayville had to say, because he gave out some great plays. Joe, bring on Kelly in Vegas, the meat man, and Low Bag. Who's Low Bag? Don't know who he is. All right, back to your free play. I started rambling and reading comments. I seem to get sidetracked very easy. Your free play between the Atlanta Braves and the Diamondbacks, it is one of our consensus plays. Take the under 8, hammer it and pound it, and make that money, guys. All right? And whoever stuck a blank page in my notes, thank you. Jared, thank you for the update on the NFL game. He says the Eagles made a huge goal line stand. I don't like to hear that for our free play on the over. But that game is early, tied 0-0, 10:51 left in the first. Jay, we'll look at these other guys that you're mentioning as well. Now, this show is brought to you by Robert Connie Jr. over at rcpicks.com. Mr. Robert Connie Jr. has been bringing you winning sports picks for over 20 years with a fully detailed and 100 transparent record. It's all in the open for every one of his clients to see. All right, check out Mr. Robert Connie Jr. at rcpicks.com. That's www.rcpicks.com. All right. Now, I did hear that some other sports service was trying to say that was supposed to be his website name, but I find that odd since Mr. Robert Connie Jr. has had a website since the 90s, and it's never changed. Find that odd. Ah, yes, Jimmy and Pete. I do know. All right, moving right along into college football. I'm going to post our Major League Baseball free play in the comments for everybody. All right, posted that in the comments for everybody. College football, guys. Week number 2 is coming up. We just ended week 1. And let's see the little bit of shakeup that's going on in the AP poll. Not that it really matters this early on, but it's always neat to see. Alabama is still ranked first. They've got Arkansas State at home. That line has Alabama favored by 36 points. I think they were minus 30,000 on the money line. Number 2 ranked Clemson is heading off to face Dabo Swinney and Texas A&M. In Texas, Clemson is favored by 12. Number 3, Georgia is at South Carolina. Georgia's favored by 10. They've got number 24, 4th ranked South Carolina Gamecocks this week. Number 4, Ohio State has Rutgers at home after absolutely murdering Florida Atlantic last year. You know that emoji on your phone where the guy's got his, hand over his face? That's how I felt with Florida Atlantic last week. And I actually thought Florida Atlantic would have hung tough against Oklahoma, and boy, did we miss the boat on that one. Absolutely, and sometimes that happens. But we redeemed ourselves last week live by giving you guys Liberty +6 and Liberty on the money line at +200. But Ohio State's got Rutgers at home. Ohio State's favored by 35 points. Number 5, Wisconsin has New Mexico at home. Wisconsin heavy favorite, minus 34.5 as well. Number 6, Oklahoma's got UCLA, who got beat by Cincinnati outright last week. Oklahoma favored by over 30 points. Number 7 sits Auburn. They've got Alabama State. There's been no line on that game yet. Number 8, Notre Dame's got Ball State at home. Notre Dame favored by 34.5 points. 5 touchdowns you got to lay if you want to bet on Notre Dame. Washington dropped to 9th after losing to Auburn. They've got North Dakota at home. And Stanford, jumping into the 10th position, has USC. My USC Trojans, that line is Stanford -6. As Jayville said earlier, he likes Stanford. I have no official play on that one yet, although we know if you're betting with your heart, you're not supposed to. I know who I'm taking, but I know not to bet with my heart. There are a lot of people that will bet with their heart and whoever their favorite team is. We don't do that here. So you never got to worry about that here. Now, let's see. Key games to watch this coming Saturday. No college. There's one college football game tomorrow. We're going to break that one down here in just a minute for you. But Saturday, games to watch. Georgia versus South Carolina. I almost said Southern California. Georgia versus South Carolina. Clemson and Texas A&M. As well as Baylor and UTSA. Can Baylor get upset? Absolutely. Kentucky and Florida. Penn State and Pittsburgh. Also note, Ohio State coach Urban Myers is still suspended for 2 more games. However, he's suspended for the game, not for practice. So he's actually running the practices just as planned and putting the game action together. Sorry, reading comments. But yeah, Urban Myers is still suspended, although he's able to run the practice. Moving right along, Better X, Mr. Duffelbag Boy, as he's known here in Vegas. We talked about him last week in his monster parlays. He is at it again, and he was at it early. He was at it 2 days ago. Today is Thursday. On Tuesday, Better X, I know who he is. I can't say his name. He does not want to be known. He is a sharp bettor here in Vegas. I like to say he's sharp. But laying so many points. He lost last week. We'll see if he can get the job done. He's got, as of Tuesday, $110,000 on 2 parlays. Yes, guys, only 2 parlays. He visited William Hill on Tuesday, and he plopped down $50K. Yes, he's got a $50,000 3-teamer. No, not a 3-team teaser. He has a $50,000 3-team parlay. A hootie by night with the hand in the face emoji. There you go. Better X laid $50,000 on a 3-team parlay that consisted of Ohio State again, Oklahoma again, and Boise State with a combined over 100 points between all 3 teams. He has over $50,000 on those 3 teams. He wasn't done there. He also bet a $60,000 2-team parlay again between Oklahoma and Ohio State. I wish him luck. That is a absolute shit ton of points. We'll see what happens, and fingers crossed for Better X. And I know he watched the program last week. I don't know if he's watching live this week. But man, to be able to drop $60K on a game on a parlay, you got it, buddy. We're rooting for you. There's a lot of services that want to say there's no real big bettors in Vegas. Vegas doesn't take big action. People that say that, really, I'm going to be honest with you guys, have absolutely zero clue what goes on in Vegas. Those are people that aren't in Vegas that have no clue what's going on. All right? It's not hard to go drop $10, $20, $30, $50,000 on a game, especially college football or the NFL. All right? There are books here in Vegas like the South Point, like William Hill, like the Wynn. And, reading the comments, that would take the big action. J.C. Slater, better X, Mr. Duffelbag Boy, had a $50,000 three-team parlay on Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Boise State. Then he also had a $60,000 two-team parlay on Oklahoma and Ohio State, all taking the points. All right, taking the points. Now, tomorrow, Friday night, college football action. TCU facing off against SMU. All right, Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, Texas, with a 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 Pacific game time. It's going to be televised live on ESPN2. For betting purposes, it's game 301 and 302. A lot of early action on this game. TCU opened up laying 19.5 points. That line has absolutely skyrocketed. It's moved 3 full points since the line came out. TCU is now favored by over 3 touchdowns at 22.5 points. TCU laying 22.5 to win the game with a total over and under. It opened at 62. That total has dropped down to 59, which I'm liking, guys. Some top team trends right here. TCU is 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games on the road against teams that rush less than 3 yards per carry. So when TCU is playing a team that rushes less than 3 yards per game, which, sorry to say, that's SMU, TCU is 6-1 on the road. TCU is 9-2 on the under the last 3 years on the road, all games. All right, guys. SMU hosts a TCU team who absolutely smashed Southern University last week, 55-7. The line had TCU laying 50 points last week. They were 2 points away from covering. So everybody that bet Southern University, you guys squeaked by with 1 touchdown. All right. TCU to start the year is 1-0 straight up. However, they're 0-1 against the spread. No, Ronald, Better X took all the favorites. Better X took Ohio State. They're like minus 35. Oklahoma minus like another 35 or 37. All right, and then Boise State minus another 30-something points. Better X took all heavy favorites, and he's got 110K as of the other day. I should have some updates before Saturday morning on what he's also bet as well. SMU last week lost to North Texas 46-23. They did not cover the spread. They're 0-1 straight up and 0-1 against the spread. Both teams look to make a statement before finding very tough Big Ten opponents next week in the forms of Michigan and Ohio State. Yes, Daniel, this is Better X is the same guy, Mr. Duffelbag Boy. We're going to refer to him as Better X from here on out. Until he allows us to say his name, he will be forever known as Better X. He is the same guy as last week. Both SMU and TCU have big competitions next week. You need to watch out with TCU. Are they looking ahead? Are they looking ahead to Ohio State? Are they going to be stuck in a trap game? The SMU Mustangs offensive line struggled very much so last week against North Texas and their defense. The SMU defense absolutely got shredded against North Texas last week. All right. Both the offense and the defense of SMU should absolutely be concerned with the Horned Frogs from their pass rush to their passing game led by quarterback Sean Robinson. SMU is going to be in trouble. How much trouble is remain to be seen. And I do believe quarterback Sean Robinson for TCU is going to have a monster of a game. The last 5 times these two teams have met, the underdog has covered 2 of the last 5 meetings. The game has gone over 4 of the last 5 times. I personally it's not official free play, just small lean as of right now. We will give you an official free play in tomorrow's video, but myself personally, and this is my opinion, If you put a gun to my head and you said, Kyle, bet this game, which way you're betting, I'm taking TCU and SMU over the total points, which has dropped from 62 to 59. Moving on to Saturday, couple games that we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss the Mississippi State, Kansas State game, Memphis and Navy. And then we're going to jump into the National Football League for you guys. Remember, guys, I don't think I said this yet. Cappers Nation Live will be airing Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific, early in the morning. We'll be breaking down everything on college football Saturday morning, and we'll be backing it right up Sunday morning live with an hour to 2 hour program breaking down the NFL, including more free plays during our Cappers Nation Game Day live shows every single day. All right, guys, if somebody wants to post a score update for the Cleveland Indians game, it would be greatly appreciated, as well as the Atlanta Falcons, Philadelphia Eagles game. I'd love to see an update on that game as well as the Cubbies, if they've made a comeback yet or not. Saturday, guys, college football. Mississippi State heading off to face Kansas State. Bill Snyder Stadium, Manhattan, Kansas. 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 Pacific, early morning game for us West Coasters. Going to be televised live on ESPN. For betting purposes, it's game 323 and 324. Line on that game had Mississippi State when it opened at minus 7.5. Favored by 7.5 points, guys. That line where it sits currently. Sorry, reading the comments. Line sitting currently. Mississippi State line is laying 8.5 points. Total opened up at 54.5. It has dropped a half a point and sitting at 54. Some top team trends between Mississippi State and Kansas. Kansas State is 13-2 against the spread. Their last 15 games at home after a game with a turnover margin of +2 or better. If there's a turnover margin of +2 or better, if Kansas State can control the turnovers and keep that margin +2 in their favor, they have won the game. Well, not won the game. They have covered the spread 13 out of the last 15 times. All right, guys. Mississippi State is 2-13 against the spread. Their last 15 games on the road versus an opponent after a game with a turnover margin of +2 or better as well. If there's turnovers in the game, this game is favoring Kansas State. If Mississippi State turns the ball over like they did last week, and the reason why I keep saying this is because they had 4 turnovers last week, Mississippi State. If they can't control their turnovers and take the sloppy play on offense and nip it in the butt, Kansas State's going to cover the game. And in typical Kansas State fashion, with Bill Snyder leading them at home, Kansas State can make for a good upset, all right? Kansas State is 9-1 on the over the last 10 games at home against a mistake-free offense that averages less than 1.4 turnovers per game. So what that means, guys, as far as a betting trend, when Kansas State has less than 2 turnovers, 1 or less turnovers, their games go over 9 out of the last 10 times at home. All right, guys. To stay in the hunt in the SEC West, the Mississippi State Bulldogs are going to need a strong showing on the road against an always tough Bill Snyder-led Kansas State Wildcats. Bill Snyder's Kansas State Wildcats, they are always prepared. They come to play. And when they're playing at home, it don't matter who the opponent is. They're playing to the end, and they're giving it their all. The Bulldogs are laying 8.5 on the road. They blew out Stephen F. Austin last week 63-6, covering a 47.5 point spread, including turning the ball over 4 times, and they had over a dozen penalties. I think Mississippi State had 13 penalties last week, and they turned the ball over 4 times. They still covered a 47.5 point spread when they smashed Stephen F. Austin 63-6 last week. Quarterback Nick Fitzgerald returns for Mississippi State this week. Last week they smashed Stephen F. Austin with their backup, their second best quarterback. But with Fitzgerald returning this week, guys, Mississippi State could take their offense to a whole new level. It remains to be seen what's going to happen. I look forward to the game on Saturday. This is one of the games that I look forward to being able to watch and see what happens. It's going to be a must for Kansas State to get off the field on third downs. If Kansas State wants to have a chance at either an upset or covering the 8.5 point spread, if Kansas State wants to have a chance, they have to get off the field on third downs. They can't allow Mississippi State to keep advancing with a first down and a first down and a first down. They get to third down, they need to make a stop and get off the field. A slower-paced game is going to benefit the Bulldogs. Absolutely. The run game for Mississippi State, if they can slow the pace down and keep getting those first downs, the Mississippi State offense is going to overpower the Kansas State defense. Time of possession is going to be key here. If Kansas State can establish a running attack early to shorten the game, and if they can keep Mississippi State's very talented defensive line off balance, I believe they can remain in the game long enough to fight for a chance to cover the spread. I don't think Kansas State will win the game outright, although there's a lot of upsets every single week, so it remains to be seen. They are at home. However, in my opinion, Mississippi State wins the game. By how much is remain to be seen. I do have a free play for you guys on the total on that game. We're going to talk about that here at the end of the college football segment in just a second. Next game we're going to break down that I look forward to watching, Memphis against Navy. All right, guys. Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, Annapolis, Maryland. Memphis takes on the Midshipmen. All right, guys. 3:30 Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific. That game will be aired live on CBS Sports. For betting purposes, it's game number 339 and 340. Line on that game has absolutely moved. It's actually doubled from where it was. Line on that game opened up, had Memphis favored by a field goal and a half. Was -3.5. That line is now -7 for Memphis. So Navy getting 7 points. Total went from 71.5, dropping down to 67.5. Some very interesting top team trends between Memphis and Navy. Memphis is 3-12 against the spread the last 15 games on the road against an offense averaging less than 12 yards per point. Memphis is 9-1 on the under their last 10 games on the road against a decent rushing defense yielding less than 3.6 yards per carry. Navy D should be able to control the run. Memphis got the job done last week. They absolutely murdered Mercy 66-14 last week. While fellow AAC team Navy got humiliated in a 100-point game by Hawaii, who is now 2-0. Navy lost last week to Hawaii 59-41. Navy has always been able to produce touchdowns and put scores up on the board, but they're lacking talent when it compares to Memphis, no doubt. All right, guys. The Tigers quarterback, Brady White, he had a great debut. He tossed 5 touchdowns for 356 yards last week, completing 22 out of 28 passes that he made. Guys, the Memphis quarterback, he's going to be up there in stats for the AAC, all right? Navy should pose a much better task for Memphis than Mercer did last week, as well as the Midshipmen. They're 51-14 under their head coach while playing at home. The Midshipmen are no joke at home, guys. They come to play. They defend their turf very, very well. The only real question that needs to be answered is, can Navy slow down the Memphis offense long enough to give themselves a chance to hang in the game and at least cover the spread? The last three meetings. Who put this in there? It's the last three meetings. Two of the last three meetings, the games went over. The dog has covered two of the last three times, including last year when Memphis barely beat Navy. Navy always plays Memphis tough. Last year, the line was -3.5, favoring Memphis, and Memphis barely won 30-27. In my opinion, Navy should make this a tough matchup. I have a very small, slight lean on the over of that game. Now, an official free play in college football for Saturday between Mississippi State and Kansas State, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 Pacific, early game 323 and 324. I do have a free play on the over 54 between Mississippi State and Kansas State, guys. Over 54. Enjoy that free play. We got about 20 minutes left of this program. We've got some good NFL news for you guys, as well as some breaking down a couple games. The NFL continued, guys. All right, the NFL continued. Let's see. Some of my stuff is gone, but it's all right. We can definitely wing it here. We are live, and we like to wing things on the program. It's one of the cool things about going live. But the NFL continued, guys. We start out the NFL program by giving you guys a free play on the over 54.5. It looks to me like Atlanta has missed a few opportunities to put more than 3 points on the board already. So we'll see what happens in that game. But let's jump right back into the NFL segment this week. A lot of you guys know, like we talked earlier with Jayville, Le'Veon Bell is out for week 1. When will he return? It remains to be seen. All right. His agent came on TV today, did a lot of interviews today, and said that Le'Veon Bell wants to preserve his long-term status value. He only needs 6 games. Let's be honest, he only needs 6 games for it to be a full season. And I would not be surprised if he's missing week 1 to see Le'Veon Bell not show up until the end of the season, until those last 6 games. Pittsburgh's got a bye on week 12, so we'll see what happens. Seahawks star safety Earl Thomas has ended his holdout and reported to the team on Wednesday. There was an offer on the table by the Dallas Cowboys to trade him. The Dallas Cowboys offered Seattle a second-round pick for Earl Thomas. Seattle rejected that. They want more for it. I heard talks were closed. I heard talks were open from some industry insiders that they were still actively shopping Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas said in a statement that the disrespect by the Seattle Seahawks, I think I just called them Seattle Mariners, I don't remember, but the disrespect by the Seattle Seahawks was noted, and he will remember it. He asked to either be re-signed to a bigger contract, cut, so he can go sign with whoever he wants as a free agent, or traded. Earl Thomas wants out, but he does not want to miss that money. And again, the Dallas Cowboys are interested and hot on the pursuit of safety Earl Thomas. Andrew Luck is back. He's got does he have a big week in store for week 1? Personally, I think Andrew Luck is going to quiet a lot of the critics. I'm not too big into fantasy sports. I play in one league with some other industry professionals. It's a $1,000 buy-in league and $25 per move. I drafted Tom Brady and Andrew Luck, and honestly, guys, I think Andrew Luck has a huge game. Now, do they cover the spread? Do they win the game? Remains to be seen. We haven't really decided on that just yet, on what our true opinion is on that game. However, I think Andrew Luck has a big game, an absolute big game this coming Saturday. It's rumored to report the Buffalo Bills are going to work out Paxton Lynch, who was cut by the Dallas Cowboys. The Broncos have announced Royce Freeman as their starting quarterback. Back to the Buffalo Bills news. LaShawn McCoy has been ruled eligible to play this week in week 1, despite an ongoing investigation where he had some type of property that he owned where there was a home invasion. Sam Darnold, former USC quarterback, there's his autographed USC ball right there, has been named the starter for the New York Jets. God bless Sam Darnold. I wish him luck and hope that offensive line keeps him safe. RG3 is back. He was named as the backup quarterback to Joe Flacco. Lamar Jackson is now riding third. All right. He is not the backup quarterback anymore. The former rookie first rounder. RG3 is now the backup for the Ravens. Going into a breakdown of a game, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns. Game Sunday. 1 p.m. Eastern, CBS. Game 453, 454. Line opened up, Pittsburgh -7. Pittsburgh was laying a touchdown. It's all the way down to -4. As I'm filming this, I look, it's -4.5 at the win. Over and under was at 47.5. It is now down to 44. Some top team trends. Pittsburgh is 45-31-1 against the spread, dating back the last 77 games. When the total on the game is 45 or more. The game on this game was 47.5. It's now 44. Cleveland is 7-24-1 against the spread the last 32 games with their head coach. Not very good. You know, they say a coach makes everything, and there you go. There you have it. Cleveland is 12-3 on the under the last 3 years at home with their head coach. In 2017, last year, these two teams met twice. Pittsburgh won both of those games. They played on New Year's Eve. Actually, let's start with the first time they played. They played in Week 2 last year on September 10th. Line on that game had Pittsburgh favored by 10 with a total over and under 47.5 points. Pittsburgh won barely, 21-18. Cleveland covered the spread, and the game went under. Then fast forward to New Year's Eve last year. Line on that game had Pittsburgh favored by 4.5 with an over and under 38. Pittsburgh won 28-24. So Pittsburgh's won twice. However, they haven't covered the spread their last two meetings. The game went over once last year in their last meeting, and then their first meeting last year it went under. The first AFC North battle this week takes place between the two teams, guys, between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. They both have something to prove. Can Cleveland win games this year? We know they can cover spreads. The sharp money bets Cleveland. The sharps are all on Cleveland every game, every year, and they're not going to stop betting them. And Hard Knocks, the Hard Knocks TV show, is going to keep it that way, in my opinion. Both have something to prove. Pittsburgh was an early season Super Bowl favorite. They're plus 550 before last week to win out in the AFC. No doubt, the Browns are a changed team. Tyrod Taylor is their quarterback. I'm not too keen on him. But either way, Taylor's going to have to face questions, and so is the team, every single week that Baker Mayfield is on the bench. I feel bad for Taylor. You know, everybody's going to be second guess every single wrong move that he makes. Every loss that Cleveland takes. The chance and the fans are all going to want rookie quarterback Baker Mayfield to jump in. He's sitting on the bench as a backup. I'm not sure he was the best starter to bring in for him to learn behind. Absolutely not. Cleveland's revamped offense, they feature a couple new additions this year, including receiver Jarvis Landry. running back Carlos Hyde. I mean, just those two players alone and then quarterback have made the Cleveland offense instantly better this year. How much better? Remains to be seen. For Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers, their program is changed, no doubt, without Le'Veon Bell and his style of running and playmaking, from taking passes in the backfield and touching the ball over 400 times. However, they did show early last year that they can have success with another running back. Their offensive line is stout and one of the best at creating holes and creating room for whoever's in the backfield for Pittsburgh to move with the ball. It's no doubt Antonio Brown, if he stays healthy, is going to do Antonio Brown Big B things. All right? No doubt about it. They've got Juju Smith-Schuster in the playing as well, as long as he remains healthy this year. They got rookie wide receiver James Washington. Just those two players alone, as well, throw in Antonio Brown. They're going to keep the Pittsburgh offense scoring this year. Pittsburgh is going to score a ton of touchdowns. Now, just remains to see how many they're going to get from Le'Veon Bell when he shows up. If I had to pick right now a lane on the game, I'd be taking, I know the Sharps are all on Cleveland, and I don't know, I don't see it on this game. If I had to take a lean on this game, I'd take Pittsburgh and the over on that game. All right, checking some score updates. Atlanta is leading 3-0. Cubs have tied the game in the top of the 8th. It's tied 4-4, and they got a runner on first with one out. Hopefully the Cubbies, who we gave out at plus money, is able to win that game. I do see top of the 9th, 2 outs. Cleveland is winning 9-4. That is one of our big premium plays. And Atlanta rocking Greinke early, like Greinke usually gets rocked early. Gave up 2 runs in the top of the first, 2-0. So hopefully the scoring slows down in that game. And the spoiling Padres beat the Cincinnati Reds 6-2. Cincinnati Bengals against Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hootie by night, thank you, bud. I do appreciate it. Again, guys, if you're watching this somewhere other than YouTube, please come over to YouTube, all right? Watch the show on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like if you haven't already done so. Please come to YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got this show airing live here on YouTube, live on our website, CappersDirect.com, live on the live stream platform, the Vimeo platform. It's live on Periscope and Twitter. On our Twitter account, it's live. It's also being hosted live on 16 other websites throughout the nation that has partnered with us to cross-collaborate our live show. So if you're watching this in one of the other areas, please do come over to the YouTube channel and watch it live. That way you can participate in the live chat. Bill, if you missed that free play in college football that I gave out, it was on the over 54 on the Mississippi State-Kansas State game. Over 54 on the Mississippi State-Kansas State game. Back to the Bengals and the Colts on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Will be aired on CBS as well as the NFL Network if you have that for DirecTV. No, Daniel, I won't start over. Going on almost 2 hours now. We're going to wrap this sucker up here in just a minute. Lucas Oil Stadium, the Colts opened up a 1.5-point favorite. Now favored by 3. It's even money at plus 100. But Indianapolis laying 3 because Andrew Luck is back. Total on that game opened up at 47. It is now up to 48. The line has moved on the over and under. It's moved up 1. Some top team trends between the Colts and the Bengals. Indianapolis is 11-4-1 against the spread the last 15 games at home against an AFC North team. The Bengals are 20-28-4 against the spread dating back the last 52 games on the road playing on non-grass fields. And Indianapolis is 11-1 on the under at home in conference games. Conference games, the last 12 conference games dating back 3 years that Indianapolis has played at home, those games have all gone under. Now, the last time these two teams played was last October, October 29th of last year. Indianapolis lost to Cincinnati 23-24. The total on that game was 44. That game went over. The underdog won. Indianapolis was favored by 11 points. Sorry, Cincinnati was favored by 11 points. I know that's wrong on the notes. Cincinnati was favored by 11 points. I know because we bet Indianapolis last year, and we won money on that game. Dating back in 2015, Cincinnati lost 26-10. Line on that game had the Colts favored by 3.5 with a total 47.5. The last 5 meetings between these two teams, the games have gone over 3 times. The home team has won 4 out of the last 5 years. Great stat to know. Their schedules looking ahead. Cincinnati, they've got a game in Indianapolis, and then they come home to face the Colts. Then they travel to face the Panthers. Then the Falcons in week number 4. Week 5, they've got Miami at home, and then they've got Pittsburgh at home. So the first 6 weeks for Cincinnati it's going to be a good test. I think the only one they probably stand a chance against might be the Colts and the Ravens. And they should put up a fight against the Panthers. As the season progresses, we'll start breaking down those games as well. Cincinnati, on the other hand, has... the Colts, on the other hand, obviously they've got Cincinnati at home this week. Then they travel to face the Redskins. Then they've got the defending Super Bowl champs in week 3. Then they come home to face the Houston Texans. And then the week after that, they've got the New England Patriots. And then finally in week 6, they travel to face Sam Darnold and the New York Jets. I'm sorry, Andrew Luck. Season's not looking good to start. Hopefully you guys can hang in. If you guys want more information and more breakdowns of college football, tune in live Saturday morning. It's early, 9 a.m. on the East Coast, 6 a.m. here on the West Coast. Cappers Nation Live game day. We're going to be breaking down a hell of a lot more games. I think last week we broke down 8 or 9 games, as well as gave out multiple leans and a plus 200 money line winner in college football. We're going to be doing the exact same thing this Saturday. If you want more information on the NFL, you want more games broken down for you to make you a more successful sports bettor for NFL Sunday, make sure you tune in to Cappers Nation Live game day this Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Saturday and Sunday, we will be live at 9 a.m. All right, guys, 9 a.m. Eastern time. We will be live breaking down both college football on Saturday and the NFL on Sunday. We're going to have many more free plays for you guys. You guys asked for Cappers Nation Live multiple times per week, and you guys got it. All right, guys. Also, remember, the specials going on at Cappers Direct. If you haven't already done so, our premium plays, guys, they're normally $1,000 a week. It looks like we're hitting one tonight, hopefully. As long as Cleveland doesn't screw this up, we've got another premium play winner for everybody. As well as premium play, we did have the Atlanta Falcons. We gave them +1. We gave them out early this morning at +1 when they were still a 1-point dog. We loved them when they were getting more than that, and unfortunately the line moved and all the money's on them. And I know some people got them at -1, and we still told everybody it was still fine to bet them then. So hopefully we've got a 2-0 premium play for everybody today for our premium play members. But remember, guys, our premium plays are on sale for just $3.99. Our system plays, they're 50% off. Our system plays are 59-3. It's looking like they will be 60-3 after today, hopefully. And our futures package. If you want our futures package, guys, it is on sale for just $9.99. But if you guys don't want to buy it and you want to have a chance to win it, all you have to do is follow the instructions on the screen right now. Text that number on the screen, 855-857-8936. That's not our toll-free number into our office. All right, that's not how you guys reach me. That's if you want to win the promotion. This promotion is only available to non-sports service professionals. If you own another sports service, don't enter. We're not giving it to you. This promotion, and it's a monster of a promotion, is for our viewers, our listeners, our future clients, and our current clients right now. All right, guys, text that number you got to text the word NFL to 855-857-8936. We're giving away 20 premium play memberships. We're giving away 3 one-month memberships. That's a $3,000 value for every membership. We're giving away 3 at random. We're giving away 10 one-week memberships to our premium plays. And we're also giving away, 7? I believe it was 7. Yep, 7 3-day memberships to our premium plays. And in addition to those 20 memberships, we're giving away 20 futures packages absolutely free. Guys, we had, it wasn't that many. I think we had about 4,000, I think it was like 4,200 people that texted to win last week. The odds are still good, guys. Sign up, text NFL to that number. Give your guys yourself a chance to win. You will receive a text message that's automated on Monday morning. You have up until Sunday to text that number. On Monday morning, the winners will be selected at random, and you guys will be on your way to winning with our premium plays and our futures package. All right, guys. As always, make sure you bet responsibly. Bet within your means. Never bet what you can't afford to lose. It is college sports and it is pro sports. Anything and everything can happen when you go all in. I never recommend going all in. If you need bankroll management, if you want to know how to be a successful sports investor and bet on sports, give us a call, 888-561-8923. I will help you out. I will make you a more successful sports bettor. 100% fact. All right, guys. Also, make sure you do your due diligence on who you're betting with. If you are betting with somebody who's not betting the games that they're giving you, watch out. Ask them if they're betting the games. If they can't produce a ticket, be careful. Be very, very careful. All right, guys. Also, we have more guests coming up, not in this program, but in future programs. Some big-name guests. We look forward to having Jayville back on the program and breaking down games with them. We've got guys coming on that have had their own TV shows. We've got a who's list of who's coming on Cappers Nation coming up in the future. Keep watching the show, guys. Let's keep building brand awareness. And the more viewers we get on a weekly basis, the more guests we will have on board. All right, guys. Next week's show will air again on September 13th. It is a Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. You'll always find Cappers Nation every Thursday, guys, all right? As well as Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time and 6 Pacific. We would like to thank our sponsors. Without them, this show would not be possible. Obviously, everybody over at the LVSS Corporation, thank you guys for approaching me to make Cappers Nation happen. And guys, I could not be more excited every week. It's just growing and growing and growing, and our response is getting huge. All right, guys, and we couldn't do it without you guys, and the rest of our sponsors. Obviously, where I work, CappersDirect.com is a huge, heavily partnered company that's partnered with LVSS to bring on the promotion or to bring on the production of this. We need to thank Papa Dan's Beef Jerky, who's been with us from day one. I need to thank 100unitpicks.com, Michael over 100 Unit Picks. Guys, they absolutely smashed a huge game last week. Make sure you check out 100unitpicks.com. 100unitpicks.com. Michael over there's a great guy to deal with, and hopefully we'll have him on the show as well coming up shortly. As well as Mr. Robert Connie Jr. At rcpicks.com, who has been in the business longer than I have been alive. All right, guys. Mr. Robert Connie Jr. has been giving sports predictions with him and his father for, I think, nearly 50 years or something like that. He's been on the internet since the late 90s. He's owned his own website, rcpicks.com, since the late 90s. So thank you, Mr. Connie, for being part of our program. If you guys go to one of our sponsoring sites and you sign up with them, do us a favor. Let them know you came from Cappers Nation. All right. Also, I'd like to thank our special guest this week, Joe over at Jayville Sports. You can find him here on YouTube. Just put in the search Jayville Sports. You can find him on Twitter. You can find him on Twitter at Jayville Sports 08, as well as on his Patreon page, patreon.com/Jayville Sports. As well, we need to thank, number one, our viewers. You guys. To everybody that tuned in earlier, to the other 715 that are still live watching right now. Now that I gave out all the free plays, everybody jumps off with the exception of our faithfuls. One day I'm going to teach them a lesson and give out an extra free play at the end. But without you listeners, this would not be possible. So thank you. And again, if you haven't already done so, please do hit the thumbs up button. If you're watching this on the YouTube platform, please do hit the thumbs up. Let us know you do appreciate it. Leave a comment either in the live chat or in the comment section. If you missed this program or if you missed part of this program will be archived. It will be posted later tonight in its entirety again. So again, thank you to everybody. As well as we also have to thank our number one fan, our haters out there, who keep sending us so many clients and so many viewers. We salute you, our haters. Thank you for making us the biggest live show here on YouTube, as well as sending us all your clients week after week. We love to help them out, win all the money back you lose for them, and make them profitable. Guys, if you need help with your bankroll management, just give us a call, 888-561-8923. I will definitely help you out. We'll put you on winners, and we'll make you money. Guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been over 2-hour-long program again this week. Long show, as always, guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for tuning in. We will be live Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 Pacific on Saturday. And it's going to be a good time, guys. So, again, thank you to everybody that tuned in. And we will catch you guys live on Saturday. Thanks, guys. Any questions, give us a call or shoot us an email.